Hey guys, Chris the Groove Seeker here, coming at you with a new video. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video, so I want to jump back on the bandwagon. Gonna do something not different to the VC, but new for me. Gonna show you some of the recent pickups I've had over the past month or month and a half or so. Something that I enjoy viewing. I watch Adam the Freight post his quite a bit, Alex from Beer and Vinyl, Tim from University of Vinyl, Dom from Seeking a Thread. I mean, so many people post these videos. I always enjoy them, whether they're new releases, reissues, used finds, whatever the case may be. I feel like you learn a lot about people's tastes, and oftentimes they talk about the records they picked up and share some feelings and thoughts on them overall. So I'm going to jump on the bandwagon here. I'm going to do this hopefully once or twice a month, maybe three times if it's a heavy release month for me. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. So this video is going to encompass pretty much everything from late December through yesterday. I picked up quite a few things. A lot of it was kind of pre-order material that I had coming, but some of it was recent pickups. I had been quiet on the purchase front, starting around the holidays, and kind of went back and ordered some things I probably intended to buy then, but just held off on. So I have these grouped by some themes here, which you guys will see, and I'll show you what I recently got. So, as you know, I'm a Tone Poet Society subscriber. I love the Tone Poet series. It's been one of the big highlights of getting back into records. A lot of these albums I've been exposed to over time. Some of them I've never heard, but I'm really excited once a month when these come in the mail. And I haven't really met a Tone Poet I haven't liked in a very long time. So the first one I'm going to show, which, by the way, I've only listened to two of these albums so far, and they're going to be the first two that I'm showing. This Tyrone Washington, Natural Essence, this has actually become one of my favorite Tone Poet releases ever. This was his debut on Blue Note, and he was 22, 23 when he released this. This has got a really killer lineup. Woody Shaw is on it, Kenny Barron, Reggie Workman, Joe Chambers, James Spaulding. I think he was close with Woody Shaw. I think they were friends. He had a very short career. I think he retired from music in the mid-70s. This is a really cool album. It kind of touches on everything from maybe free jazz all the way through soul jazz, and it can't really be pinned down to one style. I've listened to this multiple times, especially this weekend. I just couldn't take it off the turntable. So I'm encouraging everybody to at least check this out. If you're on the fence about buying it, it's worth investigation. Soul Dance is a really great track if you're into soul jazz. That's the opening track on side 2. So I believe this was the December, one of the December Tone Poet releases. The other Tone Poet from December was Hank Mobley here, Hank Mobley Sextet. Just a consistent, really great Hank Mobley record. Killer band on this: Donald Byrd, John Jenkins, Bobby Timmons, Wilbert Ware, and Philly Joe Jones on drums. Check it out. I mean, I listened to this a couple of times. I enjoyed it. Hank Mobley is one of these guys I think we all agree is pretty underrated. I just kind of treat his catalog as one really beautiful expression of jazz music. Obviously, there's some standouts, but this is worth giving a shot to and listening to. Then for the most recent Tone Poets I haven't listened to yet, but I'm really excited to check out. First is this Bernie Green album, Back on the Scene. I did not read the write-up yet that Blue Note put out. They send these emails kind of explaining the mastering and the backstory. I'm most excited because Charlie Rouse is on sax on this. One of my favorite players. I don't have a lot of his stuff, so I'm excited to check this out. And then one of my all-time favorites, a lot of people's all-time favorites, Lee Morgan with City Lights. So I hope Tone Poet over the next several years keeps on putting Lee Morgan stuff out and getting this stuff back in print because everybody needs to have it. So then yesterday, I went out for a bit. I was having a little bit of cabin fever, and my wife had gotten me a gift card to Newberry Comics, which is this retail store. I think it's primarily in New England. They sell T-shirts and those figures and graphic novels and things like that, but they do have a pretty good vinyl section. Now they are overpriced, but there's two things I've learned about Newberry. Well, three things. Number one, they put stuff on sale all the time, which is great, and that's what you really go to look for. Number two, they don't know how to organize the store, so oftentimes you can find things kind of buried that might not necessarily be difficult or easy to get, or maybe something that was kind of like a limited release that went out of print or came back. And the third thing is they have RSD stuff. Oftentimes on clearance, I think they get a pretty large assortment of RSD products, and oftentimes they don't sell them. So they often go into the clearance bin. I didn't find any yesterday, but I did find some pretty cool stuff. And like I said, I had a gift card. So I took advantage of that. First thing I got, which for more than 50% off, is the Yusef Lateef Psycho Immodus. This is one of those third man Impulse or Verve reissues. Price was right on this. I did not pick it up when it came out. I've been hit or miss on this series from a title perspective and a quality perspective, but yesterday I took a shot, so I'm excited to check this out. I did get Pavement Brighten the Corners. I did not have this on vinyl. It was under $20, so I decided to scoop it. Record came pretty flat. I put it in the cleaner last night, so I'll fire this up this week. And then I did get one other Pavement record, Heckler's Choice. This is essentially like a greatest hits. Harness Your Hopes is on this, though, which is, strangely enough, their most popular song, even though it's a B-side off I think it's off the Brighten the Corners record. Could be wrong about that. But yeah, like I said, don't really shop there often. When I do, it's very deliberate. Sometimes they have sales or you find things that are inexpensive. So I put the gift card to use and picked up those titles. Next three are from the same series. Now, I was kind of on the fence on a couple of these. One I knew I was definitely going to get. The other two I decided to go with earlier in the week, and I had a coupon for the website, so I took advantage of that. But I'm going to show some titles from the Vinylphyle series that came out. So I am a band fan, so I picked up the Northern Lights Southern Cross album. You know, it's a band. What else can you say? And I'm excited to check this out. I've never really looked for an OG of this, but opportunity presented itself when I was shopping, so I decided to scoop it. I did get the Velvet Underground. I've heard great things about this. I'm not going to ever seek out an original of this record. It's just not in my price range and my desired condition range, so this will probably be good enough for me. I'm excited to give this a shot. And this I knew I was going to get when it was announced, and I kind of didn't realize it came out, and then I saw Adam from The Freight posted a review of this. I have talked about this album on multiple videos and multiple streams. This is Erykah Badu's Mama's Gun. I'm going to link to Adam's video on this because he does a comprehensive discussion and review and deep dive on the record. But in my formative years, this is one of the most important albums of kind of like my teenage years. Killer record, great tunes on here, great singles on here. Jay Dilla on a lot of the production. This is all part of that Soul Aquarians movement, which was near and dear to my heart from when I was younger. I'm very excited to play this. This has to be played when no one's home, though, so I can crank it up quite a bit. Okay, next two. We waited and we waited and we waited, and they finally started to arrive. Yes, I am talking about the Analog Productions Bob Marley reissues. So the UHQRs have not come out yet, but they did ship the first 245 RPMs. You got Kaya, which, I mean, there's so many. The thing about Marley with me is everybody's like, oh, this is a hit. I mean, I don't really celebrate like the stuff on Legend as much as I do the lesser known or lesser played stuff, but like Sun is Shining is on here. Running Away is on here. I mean, front to back, it's a great record, even with the hits. I'm definitely excited for this. But I am more excited for Uprising, which Behind Catch a Fire is my favorite Marley and the Wailers album. Bad Card on here, Pimper's Paradise, Zion Train. Of course, it closes with Redemption Song. I am super excited they did this, and I'm glad it shipped before most of the others that we're going to look at or receive. So, yeah, Marley and the Wailers Uprising, freaking killer record. And then last, I deliberated on this. It was the first new purchase I made in January. I love this artist. I was on the fence. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this going forward, but I couldn't resist, and I picked up the Beck Morning Phase Definitive Sound Series, number 795 out of 3000. I have the MoFi Sea Change. I have a ton of other Beck albums that are in print. I do have the kind of standard issue of this from when it came out, or maybe it's a reissue. I have to check. I'm going to give this a shot. I'm hoping it's going to be great. Obviously, one of the trademarks of his career, and I think I'm a huge fan of that Sea Change Morning Phase era. I mean, I love all Beck, but this just really resonated with me at the time it came out. So, yeah, once I listen to these, maybe we'll get into some dialogue with a few people on how it sounds and pros and cons, but those are the recent pickups. I do have a bunch of stuff I pre-ordered from Static ATX coming in, and a couple of other purchases I made that I'll review in a future, not review, but mention in a future video. But like I said, I love these new arrival videos that everybody's posting, so I wanted to share mine. And thanks for tuning in, and talk to you guys soon.